Judge Vanderbeek Court is now in session. Judge, this is the case of the Kennedys.
Thank you. You all may be seated. Okay, Mr. Kennedy, you brought this case before the court.
Yes, ma'am.
What's going on?
So I'm sharing custody with our 12-year-old daughter now, and I'm just wanting a little more help with finances because as she's getting older, expenses are getting a little higher, and sports, dances, going out hanging with girls, and yeah, I just want a little more help on my end. I'm paying insurance already. And
How much are you paying in insurance?
$130.
All right, and what is your daughter's name?
Autumn.
Autumn. Oh, yes. What a beautiful name.
Thank you.
Autumn. Okay. So what type of expenses does she have that are increasing?
This case begins with a father coming to court asking for more financial help raising their 12-year-old daughter. He explains they share custody, but now that she is getting older, expenses are increasing fast. Sports, social events, clothing, and everyday needs all become more expensive during the teenage years. What helps his case is that he sounds focused on the child's real needs instead of personal drama. Many parents understand that raising a teenager can cost more than raising a small child. Do you think his request sounds fair so far?
Yeah, so she's doing volleyball right now, and we're thinking that she's going to be doing that in high school as well.
Okay.
So just, athletic wear and then traveling, going to places. I want to go and support her and as well as her, but I'm the one having to drive and take her if I don't want her to ride the bus because I don't feel her safe doing that.
Okay. Is this a school bus or?
Yeah, it's a school bus.
With her teammates?
With her teammates.
You don't feel that she should, ride with her teammates?
If it's really far away, maybe like an hour or more, I'll drive her. But, if it's 30 minutes or less, I'll usually let her typically go.
Okay. That's understandable. Is there anything else you want me to know before I move over to her?
She's just a growing girl, and girls are expensive, as they say. So.
I mean, we are. We have a lot of stuff that we need. So, yeah. Ma'am, is there anything you want to add or subtract from what he said?
The father now gives specific examples and details like this matter in court. He talks about volleyball costs, travel expenses, and personally driving his daughter to games because of safety concerns. That shows the judge these are not random complaints. They are ongoing responsibilities tied to parenting. Child support cases are often stronger when someone explains real costs clearly instead of speaking in general terms. Time, transportation, and effort can matter just as much as money. Would you count those hidden costs too?
Yes, Your Honor. I do feel that he's trying to take advantage of my new relationship.
Okay. Tell me about this new relationship.
Well, I can't really help who I have fallen in love with. So my new husband is a fantastic provider. However, I do allowance, and it isn't as much as you would think coming from. Well, my husband's a CEO of an energy company, so you would expect a huge allowance, but obviously he has to protect all of the income.
What type of allowance do you receive?
About $500 a week.
$500 a week, okay. All right.
So, which really...
This is where the case suddenly shifts. The mother says the father is only asking for more support because she entered a new relationship. Then she reveals her new husband is a successful provider and gives her a $500 weekly allowance. She may have intended this as a defense, but instead she handed the court useful financial information. In family court, statements made casually can quickly become evidence. The moment she mentioned regular income, the judge had something concrete to examine. Do you think that reveal helped or hurt her case?
Isn't that big a deal. I mean, obviously.
That big a deal in terms of the amount of money, or you paying child support for more in child support for the child living with him and having increased expense?
Well, I don't think it's that big a deal to Mr. Kennedy because he has a pretty healthy income.
But you do understand his income does not have anything to do with an increase in what you should be paying in child support, right?
Yes, I understand that, but what I don't think has been considered yet is the fact that I set aside furthering my education, though I wanted to pursue that, so that he could go get his his MIS degree and then a master's in something.
Now old emotions from the marriage begin entering the courtroom. The mother says she gave up chances to continue her education while her ex improved his own career. You can hear frustration and resentment in her words. Emotionally, some people may sympathize with that argument. Legally, though, courts often focus on present responsibilities rather than past relationship disappointments. That is why emotionally powerful arguments do not always become legally successful ones. Should past sacrifices matter in a child support case today?
So I'm not sure that it's fair. I would like to consider all the money that wasn't spent on me that should have been spent on me while we were married.
Okay, yeah, no, that's not how this works. And sir, she says she gets a $500 a week allowance from her husband, and who is a CEO of an energy company. Briefly, how much money does your husband make?
I'm really not sure.
Okay.
It's a lot.
It's a lot?
I think so.
When you say a lot, is it like in the 200,000s, 300,000s?
Well, the car that he drives was about 200,000. So I'm thinking you'd probably have to
You
make
only
more
get a
than that.
$500 a week. You know what? That's not my business. That's not the reason I'm here. I'm not going to even entertain.
The judge now addresses the new husband's finances but immediately draws a line. Expensive cars, wealth, and status may sound impressive, but they do not automatically determine child support. That is an important lesson many people misunderstand. A step-parent's money is usually not the same as a biological parent's legal obligation. The judge is making it clear that appearances do not control the outcome. Responsibility does. Did you expect the new husband's wealth to matter more than it did?
That's what I was thinking too.
I'll just move on. Sir, do you know how much money her husband makes a year?
I don't, but he's the Steve Jobs of the town of energy,
Steve Jobs.
so to say.
So let me ask you this. Are you expecting her child support to be based on his Steve Jobs?
No,
job?
his success has nothing to do with me or my daughter or our
Okay.
daughter. And like I said, I just want a little more help because she is
Okay.
getting older. And, if she's happily married with whoever and how big his wallet is, that is totally.
Well, I'm glad that's not what you were doing, because you can't do that anyway. But what we can do, ma'am, is make you pay more in child support, because at this point you've been paying zero. Because from what I see, you're a stay-at-home mom, which is absolutely okay.
The father responds carefully here, and it likely helps him. He says this is not about the new husband's money at all. It is about their daughter getting older and needing more support. That keeps the focus exactly where the judge wants it, on the child. Then the judge points out that the mother has been paying zero support. Once that fact is highlighted, the conversation changes quickly. Sometimes calm and simple answers are stronger than emotional ones. Who looked stronger at this stage of the case?
But you do understand that your child has increased expenses, correct?
Yes, I do see that.
Okay,
but
so after yes, I do see that, that means that I don't need any further response. So you understand that, right?
well, how much are we talking about?
We're going to base it off that $500 a week allowance that you make.
Okay.
So, based on have your gross at $2,000 a month, after you take out the calculations for the taxes, your net comes out to $1,662.53. Okay? That would give you a child support obligation of $266. However, you also heard him say that he pays $130, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
In medical insurance for the child. You're going to have to reimburse.
Now emotion leaves the room and math takes over. The judge uses the mother's own statement about receiving $500 weekly and calculates support based on that income. Then the father's insurance payments are added into the equation. The final amount becomes nearly $400 per month. This shows why words matter in court. A number mentioned casually can become part of an official ruling within minutes. Once the calculations begin, feelings usually matter much less. Do you think the amount was fair?
That to him. So, in addition to the $266 a month for child support, you add the $130, Your child support obligation monthly comes out to $396.
Can I say something?
Sure, but make it brief.
Okay, well, I don't know if he's still subscribing to the same psychic,
Okay.
but I think it's $412 a month.
Okay.
And-
What does this psychic have to do with these numbers?
Well, because I just feel like if he can afford the psychic, then maybe he can afford the insurance. And I guess I feel that that is money that could have gone towards my education while we were married.
Okay, well, I've already said no, nothing to do with me. I mean, you should address that in your divorce, obviously. And whatever he pays, if he, in a psychic, if he chooses to do that, that has nothing to do with your responsibility, your financial responsibility to your daughter. So if there's nothing further from either of you, you all are dismissed.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Rise and walk out.
In one last attempt, the mother brings up the father paying for a psychic subscription, arguing that if he can afford that, he can afford the insurance himself. But the judge shuts it down immediately. Personal spending choices do not erase a parent's responsibility to support their child. That becomes the final message of this case. Courts usually focus on legal duty, not side arguments or relationship bitterness. Then just like that, the case is over. Was that final argument fair or a desperate mistake?